Assalamu alaikum dear colleagues. I am making this short video to show you how to duplicate and make copies of this mark sheet for your section. I would first like to explain why are we doing it. I mean, since we have allocated a lot of percentage for the oral exam, that's why we have to come up with a standardized unified mechanism where we can trace and track the performance of the students. And secondly, it will help you doing more specific marking rather than doing a more generic or holistic marking. So what you have to do with the sheet, first thing you need to have the names of your section. So you can create multiple sheets for all of your students. So for example, if you have 20 students, make 20 sheets. But before that, make it blank. Like just enter the default value 1, or you can make it blank if you like. But default 1 value is better. And make sure you do not enter anything in the highlighted areas. Like wherever it is highlighted, do not enter anything here because the formulas are encrypted inside there. So now what you do, for example, if you're the examiner, write your name on the first sheet, Shafiq, write the section number, the course, and the section number. For example, if you're doing section 10, and then the student ID number. ID number would be sufficient. So whatever the ID number is here, for example, let's see the first student, that's the ID number, 61. So you enter it here, give it 61 and enter it here, 61. Now you make it a copy, make a copy, create a copy, move to the end. Now you have the next student, take the next student, copy the ID number and go to the next sheet, double click, change the name here, change the number here. Now make a copy, move to the end, make a copy, copy the next name, go to double click, change the name here, change the name here. So it's Control V, Control C I'm doing. I'll just make a copy paste. Now make a copy again, create a copy, for example, move to the end, create a copy. So you go here, select this one, Control C or copy, then you go here, then you rename it, Control V, delete, and Control V or paste. So this way you can create multiple sheets. Like if you have 20 students, you create 20 sheets before you go to the exam. So you don't have to panic when you're doing the exam. You have enough time. Just put the ID number so you have it, like you have a record for the whole section. Now when you're grading the student, you're doing the exam. So for example, this 6-1 student, what's his name? So it's Ammar. So when you're testing Ammar, you ask him question about speaking ILOs. So for example, you're asking him about his town, about his routine, about his hobbies, about things like that. So, and based on his responses and the answer to the questions, you would grade him 8, 7, 5, 9, 7. Make sure you don't enter anything here. Then you move to the grammar ILOs and you ask him about his last weekend activities or about comparative, superlative or something like that, or there are, and then you grade him here about, you give him 5, 6, for example, 5, 6, and then you go to the vocabulary section, you give him 8, 5, and then you go here 6, 7, 8, 5, 2. So you've got 18 marks for Ammar out of 30. You don't have to do anything, no calculations, no percentages, nothing. Now you move to the next student. Same, you do it here. Altogether, the entries in this sheet will not take you more than 30 seconds or 40 seconds, let's say to the max 1 minute, provided that you have information beforehand. So it is recommended you make the sheets required for your section and then share it with the co-teachers you're testing it with. So basically a class teacher is making it for himself and then he can send the same sheet to the examiner who is sharing the section with him. It will help both of you save time and make it more systematic, inshallah. I hope this tutorial will help you creating these sheets. It's a bit of a work, like in front of you I've done like 3, 4, 5 in 2 minutes. So if you're doing 30, it will take you like, altogether half an hour. But please do it before exam and make sure you do not enter anything here in these boxes, like the highlighted ones. Otherwise the formula will be disturbed and you will have to do the manual calculations. Thank you very much and all the best. Assalamu alaikum.